Hey everybody, John here from No Joke NHL on Friday 4/20 for your daily hockey report on the NHL playoffs. Yesterday our plays went 2-2. We had two plays on the Washington Capitals, plus 115 for the game, and then we bought them minus a half a goal in regulation, and they finished the game 2-1. So we collected plus 185 on that. So between those two wins there, we picked up 3 units of profit. And we coughed up 2 units, 1 unit on Florida, minus a half in regulation. We were looking for a big payday there, plus 230 was not to be had. And then we had the over 5.5 in the Phoenix-Chicago series, game 0-0 going into the third period. If you had the under, boy, you certainly got a sweat, and you're actually breaking your TV if you had played on the flat 5. As that game ended 3-2 in overtime for the 4th consecutive time. Actually, the Blackhawks' 6th consecutive overtime game. So let's look at these games a little closer, and then look at tonight's action. We have 2 games on the card tonight. So New Jersey and Florida played last night in the 4th game. Florida, of course, up 2-1 going into this game. New Jersey was able to get the 4-0 shutout. Marty Brodeur comes back after being yanked and doesn't let a goal in, although Florida certainly did not put a ton of pressure on him, as he had to make 10 saves. He had to make 10 saves in the first period, 7 saves in the second, and only 9 saves in the third to get a shutout on 26. Clemenson for Florida played pretty respectable through 2 periods, 940 save percentage, but then he melts down and gives up 3 goals on 10 shots in the third, and that is the difference. Devils 2 for 2, or 2 out of 4 on the power play, so there's your story there. This game moves back to Florida with the series tied 2-2. Devils now a minus 150 favorite for the series in the best of 3, with Florida, of course, holding the home ice advantage there. The game where we did cash, the Capitals over the Bruins 2-1. Bruins basically brought tons of pressure on Holtby, but the Caps played that defensive style I was hoping for, and it definitely worked out for him. Bruins put 45 shots on net, but can only get 1 by Holtby, and the Capitals were able to put 2 by Thomas on only 21 shots. So that's your big difference there. Of course, Capitals were able to get a power play tally, Alexander Semin, in the third period with the game winner. Again on the power play. Pretty clean game between these two teams. Bruins only 3 penalties, 1 in the first, 2 in the second. Capitals get a penalty with 10 minutes left in the third period. Their only penalty of the game, 2 minutes for holding. So not a lot of shenanigans here, just good hard-fought hockey with the Capitals making the most of their minuscule chances. So this series also tied 2-2. Current price on this is Boston minus 190. Capital come back on the Capitals plus 170. I'm sitting in a good position here with a Capitals ticket for the series at plus 180, and also holding one at plus 330. So the average of those two, I'm looking at a 5-2 payout in this best of 3 series. Of course, with Boston holding home ice, so definitely watching that with interest. Blackhawks, Phoenix Coyotes, overtime for the 4th consecutive game. Now the Blackhawks' 6th consecutive game going to overtime. Just 0-0 game going into the third period. We were on over 5.5, and pretty much had given up hope. And then I clicked the TV on, and with about 10 minutes left to go, we have 3 goals on the board, and gave me a little life. But Blackhawks able to get a tally, and you know what? Blackhawk backers, or Coach Quenneville, if you're listening, I think what you should do is you should open up every game with 6-on-5. Forget the goaltender. Just open up 6-on-5. Build up a lead. Putting in goals at will, which is what you seem to do under that situation, and then back off and put a goalie in to preserve the lead. Don't know why they're not doing well in the playoffs. Somebody tweeted last night, why are they so crappy on the playoffs, but yet they can score 6-on-5 at the end of the game with an empty net. And valid point. So maybe the Blackhawks should try that. Start off 6-5, build up a lead, and then try to protect it with a goaltender. But whatever they're doing, it didn't work. I thought the Blackhawks would have a little bit of a breakout game. They did not. They basically, 32 shots on goal to 19 for Phoenix Coyotes, but apparently not enough to get by Smith, who again was admirable in net. Power play chances, 0 for 2 for the Coyotes, 0 for 3 for the Blackhawks. So power play or special teams not a factor in this one, and definitely cheesy overtime goal by Boddicker again, as he just skates right up in overtime and just pokes it through Crawford's legs, to end the game. Ridiculously bad save, or bad lack of save by Crawford there to give them the victory. St. Louis Blues again get the early lead and hold off the Sharks. This time 2-1, and now they take a commanding 3-1 lead in their series. Sitting very pretty for my plays. I have Blues in 5 and Blues in 6 also, getting 4-1 on the Blues in 5 and plus 480 if it goes back to San Jose for them to finish it off there. So key to this series seems to be get the first goal on the board, as in every one of these games the first team to score was able to win the game. Of course, Blues were able to force a tie in Game 1 and went to double overtime before the Sharks were able to finish it off. But since then, the three next games, 2, 3, and 4, Blues were able to get the first tally and were able to hold the Sharks off every time. So moving forward, Blues look very deadly if they can get that first goal on the board, as they're going to play. These are your modern-day Devils here, the St. Louis Blues under Ken Hitchcock. They're going to get a lead and just smother you so that you can't do anything about it. Moving to tonight's action, we have 2 games on the card. Flyers-Pittsburgh. Flyers-Pittsburgh, of course, Pittsburgh taking a game finally. The series crazy up and down. The total on this one, 7 over 1 minus 115, under 7 at minus 105. Ridiculous. We've talked about this before. This can't keep going on. Either team, whoever can show that they can stop some pucks. Pittsburgh showed it a little bit. Fleury was able to get it together for 2 periods and hold the Flyers out of the net after giving up 3 in the first period. So either one of these teams have to believe that if they're going to have success moving out of this round, they're going to have to start stopping some pucks and playing defense. And so I look for this trend to stop. I know Pittsburgh's been on more than a month tear on the over, but these numbers are just getting ridiculous. So today I'm going to make 2 plays on the total. I'm going to go under 6.5. Okay, the total's 7. Like I said, I deal with 5 dimes where they offer alternate lines. Hopefully you're with an out, they can do the same. But I like under 6.5 at plus 150, and I'm also going to play under 6 plus 195. So playoff hockey, I'm going against the history here, or I'm going with the history, I should say, and going against the current trend here, because like I said, this has just been easy money, I guess, for the squares out there just throwing money at this, and a lot of sharp people that are just riding this streak. And like I said, if you're playing with house money, then by all means, you're going to do what you're going to do. But I'm not playing with house money. If anything, I'm down a little bit, so I'm going to look for the plus money here. I'm going to take under 6.5 plus 150, under 6 plus 195. The other game tonight, we definitely have a lot of interest in. Detroit Red Wings at the Nashville Predators. Predators a minus 125 favorite. Plus 105 comeback on the Red Wings. Red Wings have been outmatched on the scoreboard here, although they've been able to put a lot of pressure. Pecorine has been the difference. Like I said, we're sitting in the catbird seat holding a 6-1 futures ticket for the Predators to end this series tonight in 5 games. We also have a backup ticket at plus 5.5 or plus 550 for Game 6 should it go back to Detroit. But I'm looking for the Predators to finish this off tonight and take that generous thing. I'm not going to hedge on the Red Wings. Matter of fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to play Predators at minus a half a goal, plus 131 in regulation here to bring the 6-1 payoff home. Like I said, another thing kind of crazy here in this game is, if you, but it actually adds up to the no overtime prop But I was looking at, you could take both these teams minus a half a goal in regulation, and if the game doesn't go overtime, you guarantee yourself a profit. Predators coming in at plus 131, Red Wings coming in at plus 173, but after a quick check of the math, it comes out to be pretty much the same price as the prop. No overtime at minus 350, same amount of profit on the money put up. So I'm not going to do anything there. I'm going to come back later with a report for the week Saturday games. I'm going to do these the night before, so I'm going to do tomorrow's report tonight and Sunday's report tomorrow night, and hopefully we can recap some of the games as well. But like I said, definitely excited to get this Red Wings Nashville game going and see if we can cash that big ticket. Hopefully you followed and took my advice, because we're going to come out of this first round hopefully in the plus column thanks to these futures plays or series plays that we made. Any questions you have, No Joke NHL, you know where to find me. Let's win some money, and peace.